Good afternoon and good morning to you all, depending on where you are in the world. And thanks to Regulation Asia for hosting me. It's a pleasure to speak with you today about the topic of sustainability, and in particular, how cloud technology can help financial institutions meet their sustainability goals. My name is Laurence Thierry, and I lead the Asia Pacific Financial Services Business and Market Development at Amazon Web Services. During this short presentation, I will provide you with context on Amazon's sustainability commitments, dive into the role that cloud plays in meeting sustainability goals, and share some financial services customer success stories. So let's get started. As part of Amazon's mission to be Earth's most customer-centric company, we've made a commitment to use our size and scale to make a positive impact on the world that we live in. 80% of Fortune 500 companies today have sustainability goals, and our customers are increasingly looking for us for leadership on sustainability-related innovation and transformation. To meet our customers' expectations, Amazon co-founded the Climate Pledge in 2019. This calls on companies to join us in our commitment to reaching net zero carbon across our global operation by 2040. That's a full 10 years ahead of the Paris Agreement. Today, the Climate Pledge has over 200 signatories covering 26 industries and 21 different countries. We have also set a goal of running our global operation on 100% renewable energy by 2030. And we are currently on track to achieve this target by 2025. We reached 65% renewable energy across our business in 2020, a year that saw us become the world's largest corporate purchasers of renewable energy. Amazon has also invested billions to accelerate innovation across a whole range of technologies that will help to drive decarbonization beyond the scope of Amazon's own operations. These investments are driven by a $2 billion Climate Pledge Fund, which supports the development of sustainable and decarbonizing technologies and services, the $100 million Right Now Climate Fund to restore and protect forests, wetlands, and peatlands around the world, as well as the AWS Clean Energy Accelerator, which we launched just this year. Now, moving to Amazon Web Services, or in short, AWS. We are the cloud technology business of Amazon. For those that don't know, we essentially provide the technology infrastructures that powers millions of businesses in over 190 countries around the world, and underpinned by a highly reliable, scalable, low-cost infrastructure platform in the cloud. Customers choose AWS because of the depth and breadth of functionality provided, the large and vibrant community of customers and partners, the proven operational and security expertise, and our track record of innovation, especially in new areas like artificial intelligence, like AI, machine learning or ML, and serverless computing. Financial services organizations around the world are transforming and innovating on the cloud. Cloud has essentially become the new normal. AWS customers are across virtually every market segment of financial services, insurance, banking, payments, and capital markets, and of every size, from fintechs to the large enterprises, across all locations globally and in Asia, and essentially are running every imaginable use cases and applications on AWS. Now, this slide is showing only a very small number of financial services companies that have kindly agreed for us to use their logos. You have global banks and insurers with presence in Asia Pacific, Think about organizations such as Goldman Sachs, HSBC, Barclays, AXA, or AIG. You also have organizations that are more regional: DBS, Macquarie, IAG, Temasek, Siam Commercial Bank, Shinhan Financials, HDFC Life, Bajaj Finserv, Nomura, and Tokyo Marine, and that's just to name a few. Financial institutions' cloud adoption journey is evolving. Moving from left to right on this slide, we see widespread adoption of the cloud in enabling institutions to engage their customers through digital channels, essentially for these institutions to create real-time, contextualized, and personalized customer experiences. Other areas where financial institutions are adopting clouds include the ability to run complex risk computations, and we heard a lot about that in previous channels and panels, building data lakes and running analytics, or modernizing core systems. Now, as we move to the right, we see increasing traction around artificial intelligence and machine learning, or AI and ML, and the use of cloud to drive sustainability transformation. Now, let's dive deeper into the ways that cloud technology can help you achieve your sustainability goals. At a top level, there are really two ways. First, what we call the sustainability of the cloud, and second, the sustainability through the cloud. So let's first talk about sustainability of the cloud. In other words, the role that AWS plays in reducing customers' energy usage and carbon footprint, particularly in comparison to traditional on-premise data centers. We are constantly seeking to maximize the efficiency of our operations from the server and facility level. Our scale allows us to achieve higher resource utilization and greater energy efficiency than the typical on-prem data center. And this translates into considerably less energy used to perform the same unit of work, which all of our customers can benefit from. Now, in 2021, 451 Research, which is essentially a division of S&P Global Market Intelligence, conducted a survey and published a report called The Carbon Reduction Opportunity of Moving to the Cloud for APAC. This survey covered more than 500 enterprises and public sector organizations from across APAC. And they found that cloud data centers perform at nearly 5 times the energy efficiency of the average surveyed APAC enterprise and public sector organizations. That means that for these organizations in APAC, they can realize a nearly 80% reduction in their energy consumption, and likewise a nearly 80% reduction in associated carbon emissions from running IT workloads in the cloud compared to on-prem infrastructure. Now that we have covered sustainability of the cloud, let me move on to the sustainability through the cloud. We refer to sustainability through the cloud as the way in which we help our financial services customers address their ESG needs by leveraging cloud technology. Over the past 18 months or so, we have been engaging financial services organizations to help them leverage and integrate ESG data in areas such as lending, underwriting, and investment process, very similar to a lot of the use cases that were mentioned in previous panels. Second, we have been applying Amazon innovation process to help our customers build new ESG products and services for their end customers. And finally, AWS provides the data infrastructure to help financial services organizations meet ESG reporting and regulatory obligations by establishing a single source of truth for ESG data, a pain point that has been discussed at length in one of the previous panels. As you may have noticed, though, there is a common thread that runs across these three customer needs, and that's access to granular ESG data This specific need has been very well covered earlier in the panel with the SIFMA, Temasek, and CFA. ESG data presents a number of challenges for financial institutions, though. And in conversation with those financial institutions, we have seen that sourcing, cleaning, and analysis of ESG data represents a recurring challenge across the industry, driven by those three main factors. The first one, there is no single standard for companies to disclose their ESG credentials. Many companies can still report the metrics that they choose, resulting in reporting inconsistency, data gaps, and low correlation between ESG score providers. And again, my colleagues earlier have explained why this is the case today. Second, ESG scores rely on corporate disclosures that are often only made once a year as part of the company's annual reporting or as part of a standalone sustainability report. The ESG scores therefore don't take into consideration the latest corporate events which may impact their ESG score. Finally, financial services companies, including banks and asset managers, want to identify the credit or investment relevant insights or materiality from ESG data, but this can be tricky as ESG scoring models require different weightings to be applied to ESG factors based on a company's sector. So how is AWS helping our financial services customers overcome these ESG data challenges and in turn enable them to better identify risks in their portfolio or launch new sustainability products at a faster clip? In short, AWS provides the infrastructure to overcome ESG data challenges, enabling you to simplify data management, analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning across 4 pillars. So again, working from left to right on the slide, we can first help customers source and purchase ESG data. Financial services customers need access to a range of ESG-related data to effectively integrate ESG into investment or lending processes. This includes structured and unstructured data, raw ESG data, and third-party ESG scores. We simplify access to this data through the AWS Data Exchange and the Registry of Open Data on AWS. The first one, the AWS Data Exchange, provides customers with a marketplace of financial and non-financial data, therefore making it easy for AWS customers to find, subscribe to, and use third-party data in the cloud. This includes third-party ESG score providers from the like of CSR Hub and Arabesque S-Gray, raw company-level ESG data from the likes of Bloomberg and Refinitiv, industry frameworks from the Sustainability Accounting Standards Board, and alternative data from providers like Amenity and FactSet. The second one, the Registry of Open Data on AWS, provides customer access to sustainability data sets from public and government institutions like geospatial data sets, which are increasingly used to assess physical risk associated with a financial institution lending book. By sharing data in the cloud, customers can spend more time on analysis rather than acquisitions. For example, 427, an affiliate of Moody's, brings together vast and various climate-related data sets to produce climate risk scores. Using AWS, 427 is able to quickly and more frequently spin up new climate risk metrics based on new data sets. The second pillar highlights how financial institutions can leverage AWS to establish a quality data foundation quicker by providing access to tools and infrastructure that support the cleaning, processing, and integration of ESG data. AWS service enable customers to quickly combine and catalog ESG data and implement data governance policies. A great example, Manaus, a subsidiary of BNP Paribas. They built an entire new offering on AWS that enables institutional investors and asset managers to get a snapshot of their portfolio, from both a financial and ESG perspective, seamlessly integrating ESG insights from the like of Clarity AI and other data providers. In the last two pillars, you can see how we are helping our financial services customers to build ESG scoring models, which integrates hundreds of different metrics on thousands of entities, often led with ESG insights that are extracted using analytics and machine learning. For example, a large Canadian pension fund built its ESG scoring platform on AWS, running daily ESG models to quickly assess and respond to emerging ESG risks on a more frequent basis, and reflecting new insights into their investment decisions. The customer can now analyze 400 million data points to score multi-asset class portfolios on their ESG performance. And this has resulted in 30 million of value creation for this customer in 2020 alone. Now take Broadridge, which leverage artificial intelligence and machine learning services for document processing to automate the extraction of ESG data from proxy voting form. What's fascinating is that prior to the use of AI and ML, this took a team of 160 people and over 50,000 hours. Now, with AI and ML, they have automated this process and they are able to generate insights from over 5 million proxy voting data points going back 10 years. They also took all these extracted data points and built a custom machine learning model that is used to predict potentially contentious shareholder meetings, a new product which Broadridge is now able to take to market. At Amazon, our leadership principles describe how Amazon does business, how leaders lead, and how we keep the customers at the center of our decisions and everything we do. We hold ourselves and each other accountable for demonstrating the leadership principles through our actions every single day. Now, we recently added a new leadership principle: success and scale bring broad responsibility, which reflects the importance of sustainability to Amazon business. These leadership principles emphasize our commitment to building a sustainable business for customers and the planet. Last but not least, if you'd like to learn more, feel free to check out the sustainability sessions at AWS annual conference next week, which is called reInvent. It's available online. You can use the QR code on your screen to access the reInvent Sustainability Guide. With that, I would like to thank you for joining us today. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly or visit our virtual booth throughout the course of today's event. Thanks again and enjoy the rest of the event. Take care.